Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Roy and I am currently pursuing BTech from Kalyani Government Engineering College and I am currently in my third year of college. So getting to the assignment, this assignment was provided by the company named Basic, and in this assignment I had the opportunity to work on RAG pipeline of an QA app. So here I was assigned to use OpenAI, TypeSense, Chainlit, and GPT-4, and with Langchain. But I have updated the tech stack, and here is the tech stack that I am using. Instead of TypeSense, I am using Fires because I didn't find many interesting or many informative documentation of TypeSense, so that's why I am using Fires. I am pretty much familiar with Fires and also Pinecone DB. I am using Fires here locally to save the vectors local in my local file. But if I want to use online vector DB, then I can definitely use Pinecone. So also I am using Chainlit and Google Gemini instead of OpenAI, as it is free and it is also giving us the new Google Gemini Pro 1.5 latest. So it is definitely helpful in this assignment. And also GitHub Actions and AWS to make it to give it a seamless ML flow integration. So here is my Jupyter notebook. So let's get started. Here I am just implementing and importing important libraries. Here I am configuring the Google API and Gemini. Then I am loading the directory loader from data and getting all the PDF files, which is provided in the assignment. Here loading the documents. Here the total number of documents are 8. After text splitter and text chunks, the total chunks are 59, and I am using regex to clean the text. Here is an example you can see of. Here is the metadata. Then configuring Gemini model. Here is the Gemini 1.5 Pro latest, which I was talking about. Then I am using it the vector store Fires and saving the vector store locally here as the Fires index. And here I am customizing my prompt template and naming it what it should give, giving instructions, and we can improve upon the prompt template and uh, by continuing its experimentation and that what type of prompt template can give us a better result. Here is the Langchain QA. Here is a chain prompt template. I am using load QA chain. Here is the model. Here is the QA prompt that we have provided here. Then here is the Fires load local. From here locally I am loading it. Here is the documents, and from here the most similar documents are loaded, as we have mentioned here in the user question. What happened in the Deadly Mongo story? Here is our basic summary, the documents, and here we are getting the response. We are only taking the output uh, as a response, only the text, and here is the output text. See how beautifully it is taken. Here is some implementation of eval questions and eval answers, which I thought that I would use in ragas. I thought that I may use ragas to evaluate my rag model, but unfortunately right now the ragas does not support our Gemini models. Here I have mentioned that the RAG model evaluation RAGAS is not supporting Gemini right now. It is supporting OpenAI. So that's why I couldn't implement it, because it is giving me error because I am not using OpenAI. So in future, I hope I can use RAGAS and work with it. It would be really great. So then this is just Jupyter notebook. Then I have implemented it in our source code. The indexing and ingestion would help when we are taking PDF from the user, but right now in this app we are just using and querying over the already provided data, so we don't have to use this indexing and ingestion part right now. We are just using the data query. This is the main thing which is happening here. There is the prompt as I have shown, and here is our main user query. By using this function, we can get our response. Here is the response output text I am returning. Here is the result. Then here's the package actually. Okay, then here is our main app. Okay, in Chainlit we have to use async and await function, or else we won't get our answer. That's the issue I have faced. I am pretty new with Chainlit, but I am working on it. So here's the async function. It is getting, we are customizing our async function as this, and using this user query in this function itself. And then the user message will be delivered here as message.content. By this await, we are calling this user query func, which is actually querying the user query itself. And then we can see that here is the cl.message, which I would show in the EC2 instance, which is running actually right now. And here is my GitHub CI/CD pipeline, GitHub Actions. Here our continuous integration and deployment. So in the continuous integration part, here we are supposed to run unit test, but right now I don't have any unit test. Maybe in future, if I implement ragas, then I can give a threshold that if our model does not perform better than this threshold, then we won't be going forward with our continuous integration. I have these thoughts in mind. If I have the chance to work with it in future, then I would definitely implement these things. Then here is the build push ECR. We are building the ECR, accessing it, and then pushing. Here is the interesting thing about this. I am passing our Google API key here in the Docker build. If you see the Docker file, I am passing Google API key as an argument, and then it is going into the env. Here it is building the env file. Here then it is accessing the login ECR and then pulling the latest image. Every latest image will have the latest image, and then running it. Here is the thing that for first instance we don't have to run this thing, because here is no running image right now that we have to stop. But after the second push, we have to uncomment it. Okay. Okay, so going to the next part, I have completely given all the things that are required in the readme. Here are the instructions. Here you can run like this, and here is the conda. You have to implement libraries. Okay, I need to change this part, but okay, fine, updating it. Here is the latest image. Uh, Here is the text stack, and I have totally given it a good um, about of the project, or the description here. What is unique about it? I am using MLOps tools. Is the MLOps tools that I'm using, ECR, EC2, and then you can see in the actions, everything is running smoothly. Integration, delivery, deployment, everything. So now here in the EC2 instance, this is our logs. Okay, it is running smoothly here. Then going to our chatbot. If we implement it again, okay, it is actually live now. It is deployed on hosted on EC2 instance machine on this IPVR, and accessible on the port 8000. Then what happened to the mongoose? Let's see our result. Okay, in the meanwhile, I am taking some questions from here itself, the Jupyter notebook. I have provided here the some eval questions. I am taking one from there. Okay, who came first one day? Okay, the king of the country came one day. What did the king hear from the big and brown bird? Okay. Here you can see how beautifully it gives our response. the mongoose faith misunderstood, it is filled by, and here you can see what happened here. Tragic instance. Unfortunately, the story doesn't provide further details because, as you can see, the story is very short. That's why it is thinking that the story is the main conclusion of the story is not given here. So that's why it is just making us understand that there might be some things after that. So that's why it is giving us this. In practicality, the story is actually itself not completed because it is a short story. So then, like the next output, let's see what happens. What did the king hear from the big brown bird? Okay, first bird near the cave, second bird at the ashrama. Get these things. It also gives beautifully answer. So I hope this is enough to convince that my RAG model is working properly, and I have the power to also, I have the knowledge to also deploy it in EC2 or any type of server. So that was my input from into this assignment. The integration of MLOps tools wasn't mentioned in this assignment, but it was my input. If I was using OpenAI, then I would have also used RAG as evaluation. But currently, I am using Gemini because it is free for me. I am thinking that OpenAI would charge me some money or more money. Gemini is totally free right now. That's why I haven't used OpenAI. But if I am provided the OpenAI key, then I can also use the Ragas pipeline. So these are all the thoughts. These are all my thoughts that I may use to help and grow this app and improve upon this app in future if I have the opportunity to work with it. So that was all about my input and all my interest in this app. I have shown everything that I have built and all the things, and I have also shown that I am using this app live in AWS EC2 itself using proper Docker containerization and passing the secret keys. So that was all from my side. Thank you for sticking by.